You might want to fasten your seatbelt.
Hey fellow Lost fans, welcome to part 4 of Hurley's story. If you haven't seen the past 3 videos, I suggest doing so, or don't. I'm still not the boss of you. When we last saw Hurley, he was on a flight to return to the island, a Jira Flight 316. He was with the original Oceanic 6 and some extra guests. Hurley would crash into a body of water, but would find Jack and Kate, and fortunately everyone there is a-okay. But before you know it, they're discovered by their old friend Jin, who will bring them to Sawyer. Sawyer is apparently the head of security for the Dharma Initiative, which the leftover people from their crew joined. And oh my god, fun fact, it's 1977, so there's a little bit of time travel going on here.
I can't believe it! These yonder ribs there, Kong.
Come. I actually missed that.
Missed you too, Hugo.
Sawyer will then make a plan to sneak the 3 of them into the Dharma Initiative during New Recruit Day.
Yeah, don't worry, I got it covered. Just remember to act a little doped up, because you just woke up from the sun.
What if they start asking us questions we can't answer, like, who's president in 1977?
It's not a damn game show, Hugo.
Namaste.
Namaste. I'm a what?
Unfortunately, they are unable to get to Sayid in time, who is also in 1977 it seems. He is captured in the jungle and treated as a hostile, so they're forced to play along and they lock him up. Hurley is assimilated into the Dharma Initiative and gets a job in the cafeteria, which he seems to like for the most part.
And don't forget to try the dipping sauces. They really bring out the ham.
Thanks, Hurley.
However, before anything can settle down and become normal and nice, a hiccup will happen. This hiccup will involve Sayid. In his cage, Sayid will befriend a young kid on the island. This kid's name is Benjamin Linus. Yes, that Benjamin Linus. Ben Linus will help Sayid escape because he believes he's one of the others. During the escape attempt, Sayid will shoot young Ben, in a misguided attempt to change the future. After this major hiccup, Hurley, Jack, and Kate are put under house arrest by Sawyer. The group is guarded by Miles, and they will all have a very interesting talk about time travel.
Back to the future, man. We came back in time to the island and changed stuff. So if little Ben dies, he'll never grow up to be Big Ben, who's the one who made us come back here in the first place. Which means we can't be here, and therefore, dude, we don't exist.
You can't change anything. Your maniac Iraqi buddy shot Linus. That is what always happened. It's just, we never experienced how it all turns out.
It was really confusing.
As the group deals with the Benjamin Linus problem, Miles and Hurley are paired up for the day because Hurley needs a ride to deliver sandwiches. During their ride together, Hurley will learn a lot about Miles. The first thing being, Miles also has a supernatural gift to communicate with the dead.
I don't know why you won't just admit it. You can trust me, I talk to lots of dead people.
So you have conversations with them like they're your pals?
Sure, all the time. Sometimes we even play chess.
You actually see them?
Of course, why wouldn't I?
Because that's not how it works.
Aha! You wouldn't know how it works unless you can do it.
What I can do has nothing to do with chatting with ghosts, you nitwit. It's a feeling, a sense.
That's how it works for me.
Great. I'm happy for you.
You're just jealous my power is better than yours.
The second thing Hurley will learn about is Miles' dad, Pierre Chang, is on the island, and he just had a baby 3 months ago named Miles.
That douche is my dad.
So, anyway,
I don't want to talk about it.
are you kidding me?
What part of I don't want to talk about it isn't sinking in?
Well, if you didn't want to talk about it, why'd you tell me?
Miles' dad will then hitch a ride from Hurley and Miles to go to the Swan Station where they're building a hatch. On the way, Hurley makes it as awkward as possible.
It's classified.
Oh, really? You can't tell anyone? Not even your wife?
No.
What about your kids?
I have a 3-month-old son, so no.
Wow, congrats. What's his name?
Miles.
Small world. That's your name too, right, Miles?
Yeah?
Great. We should all get together for a beer sometime. How awesome would that be?
Stop here.
When they get there, Hurley will realize this is the same hatch that they had, the same hatch they blew up. The same hatch is also responsible for the reason that his plane crashed in the first place.
Hold on a minute, it's smudged.
42.
42.
How the hell did you know that? Because they're building our hatch.
What hatch?
The one that crashed our plane.
On the way back to return the van, Hurley does not drop the subject and will continue to convince Miles to get to know his dad when he can.
I used to hate my dad too.
Yeah?
He left when I was 10. But the best thing I ever did was give him a second chance. We got to be the best of friends, and although I may never see him again, I miss him.
The next day, the Lost group will realize the jig is up and they will have a group meeting to discuss some options. That's when Daniel Faraday will show up. He was the original physicist on the freighter for the research team, and he has a crazy plan. So here's the plan. As you found out a couple minutes ago, the year 1977 is when the Dharma Initiative will build the hatch at the Swan site. So there's a bunch of drilling and construction. What Dharma doesn't know is the drilling will hit a pocket of electromagnetic energy, which will cause an incident on the island. The incident is the reason Oceanic Flight 815 will crash onto the island. So Daniel wants to stop the incident by getting a hydrogen bomb and just kind of like chucking it at the energy to like dispel it. This plan divides the group, so Faraday, Kate, and Dr. Jack Shepard will go get the bomb because they think it's a good idea. The others, who think this is a bad idea, want to just go to the beach and start over, so they will just steal supplies and food and just go live their lives. This group will include Hurley, Miles, Jin, Sawyer, and Juliet. So Hurley will go off and do just that. There is a bit of a hiccup. Juliet and Sawyer are taken captive, and while the group of three men discuss what to do, they're interrupted by one Pierre Chang, and he has some questions.
Dr. Chang, what are you doing here?
Your friend Faraday said that you were from the future. I need to know if he was telling the truth.
Dude, that's ridiculous.
What year were you born?
1931?
You're 46?
Yeah.
So you fought in the Korean War.
There's no such thing.
Who's the president of the United States?
All right, dude, we're from the future.
Pierre will listen to them and he goes to evacuate the island the best he can. The group will then hear some gunshots from the barracks, so they'll grab a van and go back to see if they can save any of their friends. This is when they will find Jack with Sayid. But there is one problem. Sayid has been shot.
Is that a bomb?
Try not to move.
What's going on back there? Sayid okay?
Does he look okay? Just keep your eyes on the damn road.
Should I pull over?
Yeah, let's pull over and get shot. Just drive.
Swan site. Head to the Swan.
Why do you want to go there? If Sayid's shot.
Hurley!
If you want to save Saeed, take us to the Swan.
One it is.
One of those.
I don't think your buddy's gonna make it. Something just happened down there. You hit something.
It's all set to go. According to Faraday's plan, you must get the bomb as close as you can to the source of electromagnetism.
Has it occurred to any of you that your buddy's actually going to cause the thing he says he's trying to prevent? Perhaps that little nuke is the incident. So maybe the best thing to do is nothing?
The group decide to go ahead with the plan. Hurley and Jin will stay with the van and the wounded Sayid, while the rest go off to chuck the bomb into the hole. When suddenly for Hurley, Jin, and Sayid, there's a bright white light and a high-pitched noise that appears. The group there will wake up in 2007, and nothing looks different, so they're gonna argue and fight about everything. While they're fighting, Hurley is looking after Sayid, and he will get a visit from a man named Jacob. If he looks familiar, he totally should. This is the same guy that Hurley met in the cab.
Actually, I'm only going a few blocks if you want to share. Cool, you sure? Come on in.
Well, he's dead now, and that's why Hurley can see him, because of his, supernatural gift, and he will tell Hurley what to do to save Sayid.
You got a minute? Because I died an hour ago.
Sorry, dude, that sucks.
Thanks.
How'd you die?
I was killed by an old friend who grew tired of my company.
You want me to do something crazy again, don't you?
No. I need you to save Saeed, Hugo.
Well, that's why Jin went to go get Jack.
Jin can't help him. You need to take Saeed to the temple. That's the only chance he's got. And the rest of them will be safe there.
Who are you, dude?
Jacob.
So the group decides to do it. They go to the temple to save Saeed. Only when they get there, the temple people don't want to help them and threaten to shoot them a little. Hurley will then, with the assistance of Jacob, will convince the temple people to help them.
Jacob sent us!
Jacob に会った。証明しろ。
We want you to prove it.
嘘がついてる。撃て。
He gave me that guitar case!
In the case, it's not a guitar. It's a giant wooden ankh. An ankh is an ancient Egyptian symbol which means life. The leader of the temple will break it and find a note inside. This note will have Hurley's group's last names in it. This is enough to convince the leader of the temple to allow his people to help them. The temple people will take Hurley and his group inside the temple, where there is a pool in the middle. They tell them in order to save them, they have to put Saeed in the pool. However, it doesn't appear to be working. They look like they're just drowning Saeed. Hurley and the others will try to stop them, but they can't. Pretty soon, Saeed will stop thrashing around. It appears the temple people have failed, and Saeed is in fact dead. Hurley goes to confront the head of the temple, and they have a very interesting conversation.
Told me to come here. Said you guys would save Saeed.
彼はすでに手遅れだった。
He was beyond saving.
Wait a sec. You're not translating anything I say to him. Which means you totally understand me, dude.
I don't like the way English tastes on my tongue. で、ジェイコブはいつ来るんだ?
When's Jacob getting here?
What do you mean?
Is he coming to the temple?
I really don't think that's gonna happen, man.
Why not?
You know, 'cause he's dead.
This information will alarm the temple people, and they go on like full lockdown.
12を北へ回れ !10 men to the north side!
Guess we're not getting out of here, huh?
This isn't to keep you in. It's to keep him out.
Him?
While the lost crew is sad about Saeed, Jack is angry about it and like picks a fight, but before you know it, Saeed wakes up. It seems he is still alive.
It worked?
Dude, you're okay!
Hurley, let him breathe. Miles, can you go get some water?
Yeah, on it.
Saeed naturally will have some questions.
Who are these people? What do they want?
It's the others, dude. They caught us. Again. I don't know, I think they're trying to protect us.
The temple people will then take Saeed in for questioning, but they just end up torturing him. After the torture, Saeed will be thrown back to his friends, and Jack wants to talk to Saeed alone, so he'll shoo away Miles and Hurley.
Mind giving me and Saeed a minute?
Yeah, see, private talks kind of freak me out because they usually lead to me having to do something I don't quite understand.
I'm right there with you. It's fine. We'll be in the food court if you need us.
Try again, dude.
Shocker. That's it for me.
You hungry?
Are you? I could eat.
This is when Jacob will pop up again to Hurley. Jacob needs some help. He needs Hurley to do a few things. He'll need to grab Jack, escape through a secret tunnel, journey through the jungle, and get to a lighthouse. Despite some hiccups, Hurley and Jack will make it to the lighthouse, and they begin to do what they need to. And what they need to do is turn this huge mirror thing using a chain pulley system. While Hurley does that, Jack will notice something weird. In the reflection of the mirror, he can see his childhood home. That's when he'll inspect the table a little bit more and notice that their last names are there. This is when Jack will piece together that This dude Jacob has been watching them all their entire lives. Jack is mad and confused and wants to talk to Jacob, only Jacob's not there, and in a fit of rage, Jack will destroy everything around. Jack will then go out to contemplate things, and that's when Jacob will finally appear. Hurley's kind of pissed at him and asks for an explanation, and Jacob will give him just that.
Where were you, man?
Doesn't matter, he wouldn't have been able to see me anyway.
Yeah, well, if you told me that and had, like, explained everything, then maybe Jack wouldn't have freaked out and smashed your mirror into a billion pieces. Thanks for the 7 years of bad luck, by the way. Whoever you said we needed to help get to the island is totally screwed.
Well, I'm sure they'll find some other way.
So, you don't even care. Wait a minute. Did you want Jack to see what was in that mirror? Why?
It was the only way for him to understand how important he is. Jack is here because he has to do something. He can't be told what that is. He's got to find it himself. Sometimes you can just hop in the back of someone's cab and tell them what they're supposed to do. Other times, you have to let them look out at the ocean for a while.
Well, next time, how about you tell me everything up front? I'm not big on secret plans, okay?
I had to get you and Jack as far away from that temple as I possibly could.
What? Why?
Someone's coming there. Someone bad.
The duo would make camp for a bit, and after Hurley wakes up, Jack wants to go back to the temple, but Hurley is not so sure after what Jacob said. While trekking through the jungle, Hurley tries to stall and point Jack into the wrong direction, and they'll kind of have a back and forth until one mysterious guy shows up.
Where did you come from?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
And this is a great time for a context break. There are certain things you learn when you watch the series, some stuff that Hurley doesn't know yet, but I think it's important to let you know what's going on right now so you don't get lost or confused if it's your first time learning the story. To start with, who is Richard?
His name is Richard Alpert. He's a kind of advisor. And he has had that job for a very, very long time.
Richard's about 170 years old and is Jacob's right-hand dude. Jacob made him immortal so he can be the communicator to the people on the island and other followers of Jacob. And now you're asking, who is Jacob? Jacob is, or I guess was, the protector of the island, and the island is very special. He is in an eternal battle with his brother, a character named the Man in Black, who is also known as the Smoke Monster. If the Man in Black leaves the island, bad things will happen. One of the rules of the island is, the protector gets to decide who gets to leave and come back to the island, so Jacob does not let the Man in Black leave. Another rule of the island is the Man in Black cannot just simply kill Jacob. So the Man in Black must find a loophole or get someone else to kill his brother. This is why Jacob is looking for a replacement. These people are candidates. Another rule of the island is the Man in Black cannot just kill the candidates, but the Man in Black can get other people to kill candidates or get candidates to kill themselves. I know, it's a lot, but we're going to go back to the story now. Richard would take the two back to the Black Rock, where the dynamite is, if you remember from the last videos.
Where are you going?
It's something I need to do.
To do what?
Die.
Do not open that. There's dynamite in there. It's mega unstable.
I know.
So did Dr. Arst. And I was wiping him out of my shirt 2 days later. Dude, it's time to go.
No, not yet.
Richard cannot kill himself, so he wants Jack or Hurley to do it. Hurley says no, dynamite is dangerous, which is a good lesson, but Jack is willing to hear him out. Richard devoted his life to a guy who is now dead, so he has no purpose anymore.
Dude! Seriously, let's go now!
Hurley again wants to leave, so Jack tells him, please wait outside, and Hurley will finally listen.
When you change your mind, I'll be like a mile away.
Outside, while expecting a big boom, there is none, so Hurley is pretty relieved. The trio will then go back to the beach, because at least it's familiar territory and they'll have some friends there. The current group is now Hurley, Jack, Richard, Ben, Sun, Miles, Frank Lapidus, and Alana. She is a follower of Jacob. The group will then have a fireside chat.
Candidates. Candidates for what?
To replace Jacob. She said I was one of them. And so are you, and so is Hurley.
Well, that's great. So what do we do now?
The group tries to come up with a plan, and this is when Alana will volunteer that Jacob said after the temple, Richard would know what to do. Richard doesn't know what to do and he's still having a crisis of faith, so he'll leave the group and go off into the jungle alone. When Richard is alone in the morning, he starts to scream out to Jacob and wants to end the deal. He doesn't want to be a follower and he doesn't want to be immortal. He wants to die. This is when Hurley will find him.
Did you follow me?
Well, kinda.
Didn't you hear what I said? I told you people I don't know anything.
Just calm down.
Why did you follow
Your
me?
wife sent me.
Isabella. She wants to know why you buried her cross.
Isabella saw you dig it up, man. She's standing right next to you.
Hurley helps Richard and Isabella communicate and say goodbye. Richard gets some closure here. Hurley also will have one last message from Isabella.
But she kind of said one more thing. Something you have to do.
What? She said you have to stop the man in black. You have to stop him from leaving the island. Because if you don't, todos nos vamos al infierno.
You may have gathered that Jacob is dead, so the man in black definitely convinced someone to do the deed. Who was this person, you ask? It was Benjamin Linus. Yes, Ben kills Jacob. The man in black was able to manipulate Ben into killing Jacob using the form of John Locke, who is also dead. He was also killed by Benjamin Linus. But that happened off-island in like season 5. So from this point on, whenever you see John Locke or someone refers to John Locke, it is in fact not John Locke. It is the man in black. It's just like in John Locke form.
Now what?
We wait.
Wait. For what? You'll forgive my skepticism, but the last thing Richard said before he went stomping off into the jungle was that we were all in hell and he had no idea what we were supposed to do next. In fact, I would bet money we never see him again.
Hugo will find him. He will track him down and bring him back.
Unless Alpert's covered in bacon grease, I'm not sure Hurley can track anything.
Hey, don't talk about bacon.
Jacob has never lied to me before. If he said Richard knows what to do, then Richard knows what to do.
What are you smiling about?
Because Hurley is the greatest person of all time, he does in fact bring Richard back. And Richard will tell everyone the plan.
Where's Locke? What? You said he came to recruit you. Where did he say he'd be? Hydra Island, which is exactly where you landed the plane that you flew back here, right?
That's right.
This man wants to leave the island, and that plane's the only way he can do it. You want to know where we're going? We're going to stop him.
This is your fault, isn't it?
Sort of.
While the group prepares, Hurley will take this time to visit Libby's grave.
A lot of crazy stuff's been happening. A lot of people have come to talk to me after they've, gone. It'd be nice if you did too.
During the visit, because of Hurley's gift, he sees an old friend. Well, kind of friend, I guess. Do you remember Michael?
Michael?
Yeah.
What are you doing here?
I'm here to stop you from getting everyone killed.
Why should I trust you? You murdered Libby and Ana Lucia.
That doesn't matter right now. What matters is you going across that island to blow up that plane. People are gonna die. A lot of people, it's gonna be your fault.
What?
Because people are listening to you now, Hurley.
Lana will come back with some dynamite. Hurley would warn that this is probably dangerous and the wrong move, but she doesn't listen. And unfortunately, she goes boom. Despite the boom, Richard is determined to blow up that plane. So he'll lead the whole group to the Black Rock to get more dynamite. And this is when Hurley will make a bold move.
Where's Hugo?
I thought he was up front with you.
Warning might have been nice there, Hugo.
I did say run.
Why'd you do that?
Michael told me to.
Who?
Michael. He's one of the people who come back and yell at me after they die. He told me I had to stop everyone from blowing up the plane, so... no dynamite, no more blowing up.
That happened a lot? Dead people yelling at you?
Happens enough.
And you just listen to whatever they say?
Dead people more reliable than alive people.
Everyone's fine, but they do need to regroup and come up with another plan. This is when Ben volunteers some information. Ben has some C4 back at the barracks, so Richard wants to go on with the plan of destroying the plane. Hurley will then offer up another plan. Let's just go talk to Locke. This will then divide the group. So Richard, Miles, and Ben will split off from the group to go get the C4 to destroy the plane. That will then leave Hurley, Jack, Frank, and Sun to go find Locke. While going through the jungle, they'll get a little lost because they don't know where John Locke is, and that's when Hurley will get another visit from Michael.
You're stuck on the island, aren't you?
Because of what I did.
And there are others out here, like you, aren't there? That's what the Whispers are?
Yeah. We're the ones who can't move on.
Do you know where Locke is?
Yeah.
Thanks. Is there anything I can do to help you?
Don't get yourself killed.
Okay.
And Hurley. If you ever do see Libby again, tell her I'm very sorry.
I'll be sure and do that, dude.
When Hurley's group reaches the camp, they'll be reunited with some old buddies. Kate and Sawyer, the he's not dead but there's something off about him Saeed, and a crazy Claire because she was alone in the jungle for 3 years looking for her baby when the baby is safe off the island. Hurley goes into the camp first. He wants to reach an accord with Locke to make sure no one gets hurt. Both sides agreed, no weapons, no violence. So Jack and Locke will go off into the jungle and discuss stuff. The two will not return until the morning. While they're doing that, Sawyer lets Hurley in on some stuff that's been happening, particularly about a plan he had. Apparently there's a dude on the island named Charles Whitmore, and he and his people have a submarine. That's how they got on the island.
What, are we gonna tell Sun?
Kate's telling her now. Thought we might want to avoid Huddles.
What about Saeed?
Saeed ain't invited. He's gone over to the dark side.
Yeah, but you can always bring people back from the dark side. I mean, Anakin.
Who the hell's Anakin? Look, just keep your mouth shut. Don't say nothing to no one.
Hey.
Hey, Claire.
Hey, Hurley.
Look great.
It's so nice to have everyone back together again.
The entire group hangs out for the next day or so while John Locke tries to figure out how to get everyone to the plane so they can all leave together. That's when the camp will get a surprise visitor.
Stop right there.
Where's the man in charge?
Who's she?
That's Whitmore's number 2.
You took something from us, and we want it back.
I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about.
Do you have a fix on my position?
Roger that.
You have until nightfall to return what you took. Or next time, we won't miss. Call me when you're ready for us to pick him up.
For context, the thing that John Locke took is Desmond. He's important to the island for some reason, and he left him in a well, and he took him.
Listen up, everyone.
Hey, what's going on?
People trying to kill us again.
All this is happening a bit sooner than I'd expected, but these people have forced our hand. Gather your things. We're going to the other island, and we're getting on that plane. James, I need your help with something. There's a boat moored just a few hours down the shore from here. I want you to get it and meet the rest of us on the other side of these bluffs.
Now, if you're thinking this is the perfect time to enact the plan and have the group slip away so they can get to the boat, you are correct, and they will do just that.
Hey.
All right, let's go. Everybody on board. Let's go.
Sailing home on this, huh?
Won't work. Not without a bearing. For 3 years, the only way Dharma folk ever got on or off this island was by sub. So that's what we're doing. Nice job, Doc.
Uh-oh.
Where are you going?
Claire, we're leaving the island.
Then why aren't you waiting for John?
Because that's not John, and whoever he is, he's not one of us.
I know I'm a little late to the party, Captain, but you mind filling us in on what your game plan is?
Plan, Chesty, to land on Hydra Island. Get ourselves nice and cuddly with Widmore. We get a chance to jump on that sub. Then we'll put a gun in someone's face and make them take us home.
I like that idea. I saw some canned food down the galley. Anybody else starving?
While below, Sawyer and Jack kind of have a talk. Jack would realize he wants to stay on the island, so he jumps overboard and swims back to Locke. But the group will keep going. Once they reach the shore, they're met by a bunch of people with guns.
Not gonna have much time for Locke figures out we made off with this ride. Hands up! Hey, whoa! Drop your weapons! Whoa, take it easy!
While Whitmore's number 2 is on the radio with Whitmore, the group gets to reunite with Jin. While everyone is caught up in the beautiful Sun and Jin finally reuniting moment, things will go sideways for our lost crew.
Hands up, now. On your knees, all of you!
Down! We had a deal.
Deal's off.
This is when the group is taken hostage, and Whitmore's people will bomb John Locke. Hurley and his friends are put into cages, while Whitmore and his people try to fix the sonic fence to keep Locke out. Only, it's too late.
And we're dead.
I think I can reach the keys.
Hurry, when that thing's done with them, he's coming for us.
Well, I ain't waiting.
What are you doing here?
I'm with him. Come on.
The group will venture through the jungle a little bit and make it to the plane. When they arrive, they realize John Locke is already there, and he has discovered Charles Whitmore has rigged this plane to explode.
Guarding the plane for show.
Well, wait, now he wants us to leave the island?
No, Hugo, he wants to get us all in the same place at the same time. Nice confined space we have no hope of getting out of. and then he wants to kill us.
Kill us with what?
Four bricks of C4.
So this group will go on to Plan B. Have a shootout with Whitmore and his people and steal their submarine.
Let's go now!
Peters, if you can hear me. Dive. Let's go!
The group feels safe, like they got away, and Dr. Jack will go to treat Kate because she's been shot. Jack will look in a bag for a shirt to apply pressure, and he will find C4. There is a timer on the bomb, and unfortunately they won't have time to re-emerge and throw the bomb out of the submarine, so they have to act now. Luckily, Saeed's here.
From the watch, if we disconnect them from the battery, technically speaking, the bomb should be inert.
Technically?
Yes, but you need to pull them out simultaneously, and I'm not sure...
Step aside. Now, wait. What the hell are you doing, Doc?
Nothing's gonna happen.
Jack thinks it's a trick, and if they try to defuse the bomb will actually start. Sawyer disagrees, however, and will do it anyways, and Jack was right. The bomb starts counting down very fast, and Saeed will make the best guy, bold move, greatest, he's just the best. He takes the bomb and runs away. This will give everyone the slightest chance to live and survive this. The sub is going down, so they need to escape. Hurley will help the wounded Kate swim to shore, and hopefully everyone else will follow.
Hurley! You gotta take Kate out of here. What about everybody else? I'll take care of them. I have to go after Saeed. There is no Saeed. Listen to me. Take this tank and buddy breathe and swim out where the blast hole is, okay? Hurley, you can do this, okay? Okay. Go!
Unfortunately, not everyone will make it out of the sub. Hurley, Kate, Jack, and Sawyer will all come ashore. They kind of piece together that Sun and Jin will not be joining them.
He got hit in the head pretty hard, but he's breathing.
Oh, what did he say?
Now, if it sounds like I was crying, I was. That was the best take I could do. I tried 3 times to record that. It's the saddest thing ever. I cried a bunch. In the morning, the group will regroup. They decide to listen to Saeed's last bit of advice and go find Desmond. While going through the jungle, Hurley will see some weird kid. It's not just any weird kid, though. That is the child form of Jacob.
Ah!
Give me the ashes.
What? Who are you?
Give me the ashes you took from Alana's things after she died. I know they're in your pocket.
Why?
Because they're mine.
What do you want them for?
Hurley will chase after Kid Jacob, and that will lead him to Adult Jacob.
Hello, Hugo.
Dude. I've been waiting for you to show up. Where you been?
Doesn't matter, I'm here now.
Did you see a kid run by here with your ashes?
My ashes are right there in that fire. When it burns out, you'll never see me again. We're very close to the end, Hugo.
Hurley will then get the others. When they get to the fire, Hurley isn't the only one that can see Jacob. The whole group can.
I'll tell you why I chose them and why I chose you. And then I'll tell you everything you need to know about protecting this island, because by the time that fire burns out, one of you is going to have to start doing it.
How about with why you brought us to the island?
I brought all of you here because I made a mistake. A mistake I made a very long time ago, and now, because of that, there's a very good chance that every single one of you and everyone you've ever cared about is going to die.
What mistake?
You call him the monster. But I'm responsible for what happened to him. I made him that way. And ever since then, he's been trying to kill me. It was only a matter of time before he figured out how, and when he did, someone would have to replace me. I didn't pluck any of you out of a happy existence. You were all flawed. I chose you because you were like me. You were all alone. You were all looking for something that you couldn't find out there. I chose you because you needed this place as much as it needed you.
As the fire dies, the group has to come to a decision. Who will be the new protector of the island? And this is when Jack will volunteer.
I want you to have the one thing that I was never given. A choice.
And if none of us chooses it?
And this ends very badly.
I'll do it.
The fire will die out and morning will come, and Jacob is no more.
Passed it, well, said I'd find the place that we need to protect.
This place, what is it?
Called it the heart of the island. All he said was that it's a light.
And that locked smoke thing wants to put it out?
Something like that, yeah.
So what if he does?
And that's it for all of us.
But if Locke wants to put it out, then why hasn't he?
Because he ain't got what he needs. I'm guessing that'd be Desmond.
Sawyer will then volunteer to go get Desmond, while the other three go towards the heart of the island.
I got a bad feeling about this.
It wasn't long before Sawyer would catch up with the trio. He'll let them all know that he did in fact run into Locke, who is with Ben, but Desmond would be missing from the well, and they don't know where he is either. But before you can wonder too much, the two groups will run into each other. An angry Kate will fire upon Locke, but he doesn't get hit. Jack and Locke will have a back and forth, and Jack swears to Locke that he is going to kill him and protect the island. The whole group will go together to get to the heart of the island, when Locke will stop the group and say that just him, Jack, and Desmond can go on from this point. They both agree, and the trio will go on to the heart of the island.
Jack. I believe in you, dude.
Hurley, Ben, Kate, and Sawyer will kind of just wait around when suddenly they get a call on the walkie-talkie. It's Miles.
Linus, are you there?
The hell's that?
Miles, where are you? We just got to Hydra Island. We're on our way to the plane. Miles, listen to me. Whatever you do, don't blow up that plane. We're not gonna blow it up. We're gonna fly it the hell off the island. Just get over here now.
Turns out, Miles, Richard, and Frank Lapidus ended up together, and they found the plane, and they're gonna fix it to get out of here. Not long after, things begin to shake and quake, and it seems like the island is falling apart.
Get you out of here, all right?
Too damn heavy. There's no way we're getting it off it.
We have to try.
1, 2.
As the group struggles to get the tree off of Ben, they'll get a call from Miles, who lets them know they're leaving in an hour because everything's falling apart. Eventually, though, they do lift the tree off of Ben and head to the cliffs where there's a boat. This would be a fast way to get to the plane, and they may even make it in time. When they get to the cliffs, you'll see a dire situation. The man in black on top of Jack about to kill him. That's when Kate will save Jack's life.
I saved you a bullet!
You're too late.
Yes, it's official. The man in black is dead. And thankfully, it stopped raining and being dramatic. The group will go check on Jack, but things aren't any better. The island is still falling apart.
I don't understand. Locke's dead. Why is this still happening?
Because whatever Desmond turned off, I need to turn it back on again.
This is when this group will go their separate ways. Kate and Sarah will go towards the plane, and Ben and Hurley opt to stay with Jack to help him complete the mission.
Good luck to you, James.
Thanks, Doc, for everything.
James! If the island's going down, I'm going down with it.
Hugo, better get going.
No way. You think I'm going down that? I'm with you, dude.
Okay.
The three men make their way to the heart of the island, and Hurley soon figures out that this is not a mission that Jack intends to come back from.
No. No way. I'm not gonna let you die.
Hurley, I'm already dead.
You said you'd protect the island!
And that's what I'm doing.
You're committing suicide!
I'm not. This is the way it has to happen. This is what I'm supposed to do.
You're not supposed to die! The island needs you!
Hurley. I need you.
What?
It needs to be you, Hugo.
I can't. It's supposed to be you.
It was only supposed to be me so I could do this. But if someone has to take care of the island, if someone has to protect it, then it should be you. Really. I believe in you.
All right, I'll take it. But it's only temporary. As soon as you get that light back in, I'm pulling you up and I'm giving it right back to you, deal?
Deal. Do you have anything to drink? Anything to drink out of? A cup, a canteen?
I do.
Is that okay? It's perfect. Drink this.
Is that it?
The island is still falling apart as Hurley and Ben lower Jack into a hole via rope so he can do whatever he needs to do to turn the light back on for the island. A few moments will go by and Hurley and Ben see the light. It seems Jack has succeeded, so they want to pull him up as fast as possible.
He did it. The light's back on.
Dude, pull.
Hang on, Jack!
Got him.
Desmond? No.
Jack!
Hurley and Ben will get Desmond to safety, and Hurley will sit there grieving the loss of his friend.
Gonna be okay.
Jack's gone. Isn't he?
He did his job, Hugo.
What's my job now? What the hell am I supposed to do?
I think you do what you do best. Take care of people. You could start by helping Desmond get home.
But how? People can't leave the island.
That's how Jacob ran things. Maybe there's another way. A better way.
Will you help me?
I'm sorry?
I could really use someone with, like, experience. So you help me, Ben?
I'd be honored.
Cool.
Now, a lot of people think this is where Hurley's story will end, but there is a little more we know. Hurley and Ben will spend a solid 3 years together on the island protecting it. That's when they will both remember there's a loose end they need to tie up. So they go off island to visit the Santa Rosa Mental Health Institute to go pick up an old friend.
It's great to see you, Walt.
I kept hoping one day somebody would come back for me. I thought I was crazy.
You're not crazy, dude. Not even close. You just need to get back to the island, that's all. It's where you belong. It's where you've always belonged.
Why?
I want to talk to you about a job. All right, Ben. Let's get out of here. It's time for us all to go home.